To finish off this module where we dove deeper into the verb hacer, which is irregular, let's take time for a little talk. Now, I'd like you to rinse and repeat this module as often as you need to in order to feel comfortable with hacer, because remember, what we're doing is trying to make hacer and the rest of these very common irregular verbs good friends of ours. And so we need to have a lot of contact with them, a lot of practice with them in order to feel comfortable using them and to eventually not take 2 hours to decide which conjugation is correct for what we want to say. We want the answer to come to our mind fairly rapidly, and that only comes by rinsing and repeating the exercises. Now, this is where a lot of people fail at Spanish, because the truth is that irregular verbs are tricky. There's no way around it. They require special attention. So that's why we have to work and befriend each one of them individually. We just can't take one example and apply it to the whole batch as we do with regular verbs. Now, it is really worth it to put your time into irregular verbs because they account for so much of the everyday language, the spoken language in Spanish. You'll be using them in practically every single conversation, perhaps even every single paragraph or even sentence that you say. So it's worth it because also we need to combine them with handles. And once you do that, you can have full and complete conversations in Spanish, practically expressing whatever it is that you want to say. Because on one side, you have the power of handles. I need, I want, I have to, I could, I should, things like that. Also, then you have the ability to dive deeper into these irregular verbs and to conjugate them for more specific things that you might want to say. So the only way is to really push through it and do the work. I promise you that it'll be worth it, because nothing beats the feeling that you get from having the freedom to say whatever you want in a foreign language. It really is a great feeling and worth all the work and effort. Now, other people will give up at this point because they start to feel the weight on their shoulders and they start to doubt whether or not they're actually capable of doing it. They don't believe that their mind will ever give them the answers quick enough whereby they can become fluent and confident speaking the language. So what I don't want is for you to become one of them, because you can really do this. You just have to keep trying, keep making your mistakes. And the more contact that you make with Spanish, the more times you repeat the exercises, the more your mind will absorb it naturally, and you won't even have to think about it at all. In short, it'll just flow. So that's what true fluency is about, and that's the goal of this entire course. It's what we're walking towards, what we're working towards, is to have true fluency.